Hey you guys, welcome back. How y'all doing? Okay, let's go ahead and roll that intro. Hey bitches! It's my amazing husband. How y'all doing? We're about to watch the trailer, and that was just posted like 15 hours ago. Anyway. And we're also going to go see the movie on Thursday. So, without further ado, let's begin the trailer.
There's certain rules to surviving.
Ooh.
Believe me,
Are they back in a hospital?
It looks like they're in a
they
hospital.
always come back.
The
Killer is a part of something in the past. This one just feels different.
Fuck me, wow.
He delivers.
You're all in danger.
That's my boy.
With
Sydney.
100% terrifying. Oh my gosh.
I've seen this movie before.
not this movie.
The perfect movie villain.
You said we were
I
gonna
had
finish this.
chills.
Go finish
Same.
it, Sydney.
Go finish it, Sydney. There's the flamethrower.
You were telling me about that. Holy shit. A masterful horror classic. There's the refrigerator. Oh,
Scream.
I'll be right back.
He's dead.
He's dead.
Previews Thursday at 7 p.m. Get tickets
So we're
now.
going on Thursday.
Yes, bitch. Hold on. Okay. So, what are your thoughts?
Oh shit, I should have worn my hoodie since we were filming this, but I need it clean. I need it clean for Thursday.
Right.
So Scream is my favorite like horror franchise.
Yeah, I know.
So,
That's why I was like.
Yeah. I don't know, like I'm excited for it. Like we were on the phone with my mom the other day and she was talking about how like all these remakes and da 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 and like
Sure, I know.
nothing's original and stuff and I was like, no, like it is original. And like even the trailer like feels
Different.
original. It doesn't it feels more horror like Halloween, Freddy,
Yeah.
you know.
Which we were
all of
kind
that.
of bummed about Halloween, though.
I mean, yes and no.
I mean, okay, the new one that's coming out this year, I'm excited for because it should pick up
Yeah.
directly where
The
other
one
did.
last year, the one that came out on Halloween last year, I think wasn't worth the hype. I think there was a lot, like, it was one of those, like, filler movies in a franchise. There's always got to be a filler movie. And because they're trying to, like, with Halloween, they're trying to overwrite some of the
Other
movies that
they
are
did.
not really, like, canon. Like,
Yeah.
when they were made, they were canon, and then when other movies were made, they were canon. But now that Jamie Lee is back and everything, they're not canon anymore, and it's like just her story is canon.
See-
So there's a lot of like filler that was happening in that.
Yeah.
The nice thing with this,
Sydney's back!
we've never had any of that. But she was even in the last one.
I know! I'm excited
But-
because we're literally getting the original cast.
It's a passing of the torch.
Yeah. I
Like
mean,
you know, going into it, I personally don't think that Sydney is dying.
I feel like that she has a possibility of dying.
See, I mean, yeah, there's always a possibility. There's always a possibility. They all could fucking die.
So no, okay.
all of
so
the original cast could just die.
Every freaking movie, Dewey always gets stabbed. So I feel
Yes.
like Dewey might
And so
die.
does Courtney Cox.
Exactly. So what happens if they die?
I mean, I, quite honestly, as like shitty as it might be to say or whatever, I feel like the supporting cast, and by supporting cast I mean Dewey, the deputy, and Gale Weathers, I feel like they die. Sydney, I feel like just because when you look at the trailer and like the beginning clips and stuff, it wasn't in this one, but it was in the other trailers that came out. She's like married, she has a kid.
Yeah.
Like you can see that like she's fully moved past like everything that's happened
True.
So
Well, my
I
thing
feel
is-
like it would be really shitty to like kill off a mother of a kid that's still in a stroller. Like
Yeah,
she was
but-
jogging, pushing a stroller. So I feel like it'd be really fucked up to kill
So,
a mother.
we do know that Dewey is the one that places the call and tells Sydney.
Yes, that he's
So-
back. Because Dewey still lives in...
Exactly. So who do you think the killer is?
I personally feel like it's Dylan Minnette.
I mean, whoever
I
shows up
think-
to a premiere in jeans. Come on now. No, I'm just kidding.
I
I can't believe that was trending. And people were really coming
So the
for
other
him
thing
for
is that I feel like it's Dylan Minnette, but then I also feel like it's a character that we have not seen at all in the trailer.
See, that last trailer, I just saw a character that I didn't see in the previous 2 trailers. That one guy with the beard that was right there.
He's been in the other ones. There's
Is
like
he?
a brief clip, yeah.
Okay.
Because so the difference is that it's so like kind of what they're doing differently with it is that it's an entire like friend group that's kind of being
Yeah.
taunted
Mhm.
versus before it was only Sydney was really the one being targeted and other people were just collateral damage.
Yeah.
You know, and then like Gail Weathers ended up being attacked and surviving. Dewey ended up being attacked and surviving, and so they kind of like formed this bond. What they're kind of doing different with this is that you're already starting out with a group of friends. You're already starting out with people who have a bond.
Yeah.
So I personally feel like it's Dylan Minnette and or somebody in the friend group because
There has
their
to be
tagline their tagline is it's always somebody you know.
I mean, and every single Scream movie, it's always 2.
That's why I feel like Emma Roberts comes back. Because it's been rumored that she was going to come back. And they've even
Yeah.
said, the creators of it and everything even said that they left when they were first, like when it first surfaced that we were getting another one, it was said that there was room left for Emma Roberts to reprise her role if she wanted to. Now she's a new mother and all of this other stuff, so whether or not she took up the offer or not, but I feel like it possibly could be Emma Roberts still because she still has that vendetta against... We thought she was dead at the end of
I mean, we did.
the last movie because like fucking Sydney shot the shit out of her.
I mean... But
But you never say never.
they always come back.
So I don't know. I feel like Dylan Minnette only because knowing all of the roles that Dylan Minnette has been in before, he's never really played a villainous type character to that extent. He's played like in 13 Reasons Why he played like that kid that had, you know, depression and anxiety and slight bipolar disorder and was, you know, affected by everything that happened with this girl that he had a crush on and all of these things and all these secrets and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But we never really saw him in a villainous role.
True.
And I feel like it would be...
It's not his first time doing a horror movie, though.
No. He
has
did the
done
one on Netflix.
Yes, Open House.
Yep.
So that was actually a pretty good movie.
So I don't know, there's just something about it. I feel like with a cast like that, especially being well known...
I'm excited because of all the hype that it's getting. I'm excited that people are like
It is.
not angry about getting another Scream movie. Like there are some people out there that are like, it's a Scream movie, like it's been done, like
But
how
when you look at
redundant
it,
it is going to be.
The last one came out in 2014.
True.
So that was, what is that, 8 years ago now? So the last one, it's been 8 years, which I feel like is the way that they're
Do you
doing it,
think
it's
it's
not
been-
Scream 5, it's Scream. So it's not replacing the first Scream, but it's not really, and it is technically next in the series, but again, it's a passing of the torch. So I feel like 8
So how
years is a
long-
long time.
Do you think they've been working on it for the full 8 years?
No, they haven't. So Wes Craven died.
Well, yeah,
Seven-
exactly.
I think, what, in 2016 or
See,
so?
okay, so that's my thing. I hope that with Wes Craven being gone, that the director and producer and everything still managed to give tribute to Wes Craven.
So it's still the same studio. It's still the same company that is backing the film. It's still a Paramount film. The same producers are all still on it. The same set designers, same creative team. Everybody from all of the original movies is still there, the woman that plays Sydney, I'm blanking on her name right now. She's talked about it a lot, and she said that it's been very nostalgic being back on the set because it felt the same that it did in all of the original movies because all of the same people were there. And she, after Wes Craven died, they didn't think that they were going to get another one. They thought that the franchise was done because there's nobody that can do it like Wes Craven. But it's, I want to say they're brothers. If not brothers, they're at least like a directing duo. They actually wrote the screenplay and they're directing the film, and they grew up watching Wes Craven films, and Wes Craven is what inspired them to do it, and so they wrote it, and like the same time that they sent it to the studio, to Paramount, to pitch to reboot the franchise, they sent it to the girl that plays Sydney, and they sent her like this letter saying like,
I'm gonna write a letter.
Like, because of you, because of Wes Craven, because of the films that he made and his uniqueness and the way that he tells stories, we became directors ourselves. And
that's exciting.
we want to do this film and we want to do it justice and we want to pay homage to Wes Craven. And she read the script and she said it felt like a Wes Craven film. And that's why she agreed to come.
Wait, okay. Why are we still reading these? Okay. Anyway, so
I don't know what it is about Scream. Like, I can't put my finger on it. Like, I don't know what it is about Scream that appeals to me. Like, you got me into Halloween.
I got you into horror because you...
I mean, yes and no. There's still some that I don't watch. So I don't like the Conjuring series. I don't like...
I got you to watch Jason. I got you to watch...
kind of. I fell asleep during those.
That's my
Because
childhood.
you watched the old ones and I don't like them.
Yeah, because that's my childhood. And so I got you to watch Halloween.
There's still certain ones that like I won't watch. But like, we watched the new Paranormal Activity.
Yeah, which I was shocked that you even wanted to watch.
I don't mind those ones.
Because it's fake?
Yes and no. Like...
The new Conjuring, by the way...
That'll be a whole nother video we could do. Like,
you haven't even watched The Conjuring.
Oh, Conjuring. I thought you said I was still on Paranormal. Sorry.
No.
I'm done.
No, I wish you would watch The Conjuring. Because, okay, I get why you're scared of those.
I mean, like, I haven't even finished the Insidious series because it got too personal.
I mean,
with
yeah,
experiences.
but watching it... Okay, granted, we were haunted, but, like, a bitch is still gonna want to watch those movies. And, like, if they ever come out with another movie that's, like, paranormal and it looks decent, I will drag you to the theater with me.
Maybe. It depends on what it is.
I'm hoping that the new Halloween movie comes out.
I'm more of, like, the suspense type.
Like, okay, granted.
And I think and I think, like, the slasher type. And I think that's the thing is, like, the spiritual ones I don't care for as much because, like, it is a real thing and it is, like... and that it's just that's me.
I mean, that's why we have Sage in the house.
But the Halloween movies, the Scream movies, yes, even like Jason.
I mean, those
like
could
that.
be real. Like, I could put on a ski mask and go hack the people that live next to us to pieces, or I could put on, Michael Myers' little.
Yeah, I know that, but I think it's just the way that those are done is just a lot different. Yeah. And it's, I mean...
I did get you to watch Freddy, though. Which, that's a little bit paranormal. But I got you to watch Freddy vs. Jason.
I fell asleep during
that. Okay, you almost finished it, too.
Almost. I've seen Freddy. I saw the one that came out in, like, 2012 or whatever. Slept with a nightlight that night. I did. Sophomore in high school, slept with a nightlight. Oh my God. Because it was scary. Like,
what if you went to sleep and you had a dream?
Exactly, because it was this thing. So, like, it was semi-paranormal, but it also, like, wasn't. So, I get what you're saying, but you know what movies I like and what I don't. The
True.
Scream movies, I think, the other thing I think that I like about it the most, and one of the reasons why I'm getting into the Halloween series now is because, again, like we said earlier, they're taking out some of the excess movies and not making them canon to where they don't count. And then they're making, they're actually completing a franchise.
No, I know.
Whereas Scream, we've always had the same people together.
True, and that's
And
why...
that's one of the reasons why Final Destination, that's one of my other ones.
Oh, yeah.
I've always liked Final
We
Destination.
can actually
'cause
watch Final Destination.
even though they're not the same cast, there's always a tie to the other movies.
Now, granted, we watch Final Destination, but when we see a semi-truck carrying big-ass trees...
Any truck carrying logs.
We just...
Or barbs or anything. Which, did you hear, and this will be, again, another video possibly, John Watts, the Spider-Man trilogy director, is pitching to reboot the Final Destination franchise. And the actor from the original Final Destination that didn't die, the guy,
Oh, yeah.
he is open to returning. So they're talking about, like, creating, like, this loop in his story.
I would be curious to see how that even happens. Because, is he going to die this time? Is it going to be his death date that he keeps escaping? And then finally at the end it catches him like it does everybody
Well, because
else?
they kind of, like, deterred from... So the original theory was that if you were next in line, but you were skipped, that you were fine. And so when... But then, like, they figured out that, like, it kind of came back around, and that's why the one chick, like, checked herself into, like, a mental hospital and kept herself, like, away. And we never really learned what happened with him. Everybody just kind of assumed that he was dead.
Yeah.
So, but then, like, all this other stuff. We're going to get off topic, though. But no, I mean, you even... Don't you have... Yeah, you have Ghostface up there.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just something about the Scream movies. I think that it just is very... It's enjoyable. It's a movie that I can sit through and I can watch. I can be scared. I can be surprised. I can also be relieved. And I think it's also one of those things where it's, like, challenging because it is like a whodunit in a sense. It's like a who is the killer that you don't really get in a lot of the other movies. In the other movies, you always know it's Michael Myers. You always know it's Freddy. You always know it's Jason. You always know that it's death coming after you in Final Destination. In Conjuring
the
movies,
neighbor.
in Conjuring movies, in paranormal movies, you always know it's some type of spiritual entity. Yeah, you kind of learn, like, who it is or why they're possessing them or whatever, but it's never really a who done it. It's never really like which one of you bitches is backstabbing, you know, like...
That's kind of why we've also been getting into the murder mystery shows.
Oh yeah, that's...
Like The Murders in the Building, or
Only Murders in the Building, and then Truth Be Told on...
Truth Be Told is really freaking good. That'll be another video because holy shit.
So yeah, I mean, I think that's what I think also I'm excited for this one because with it being a passing of the torch, it is a reboot in a sense also to where we know that we're going to get more movies in the franchise.
But what if it's not? Like, what if...
Like, this is the closing?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a possibility, but from everything that they've been talking about, that's not the intent. The intent is that it's a...
Well,
It's
eventually
like a sequel passing reboot.
My thing is, eventually Cindy is going to have to put up the cape and call it a day.
Well, that's what this is. This is her final, like, stance. That's why we have these new kids.
Is she going to die? Or is she going to go back and the next killer not care about her?
This killer doesn't even really...
She does. Like,
the killer
I'm saying
does,
she
but...
as if the killer is Emma. But
right. The
like,
killer does, but doesn't really care about her in this film
because-
either. Like, when it talks about it, it's always like, Sydney, like, what an honor.
It's like an honor.
But when you watch, if you look at the other trailers, they didn't touch on it so much on this one because this one was more about, like, the reviews and stuff that critics have had on it so far. But when you watch the original trailers, when Dewey places that call, it's like his niece or somebody that's coming to him and is saying, like, this is what has happened. Like, the killer is targeting her and her
So
friends.
that's the passing of the torch.
Dewey enlists
Cindy.
the help of Sydney
Yeah.
and Gail to try to, find the killer and help this kid.
Because Dewey
because
pretty
they've been
much-
through it
yeah,
already.
Dewey feels like it's his job to take care of it
Right.
because he's been through it all of these other
Right.
freaking times.
But in the storyline, like from what I've gathered from the trailer and stuff, and even kind of like hints that they've given in interviews, from the storyline, like it is a passing of the torch. The killer is after these other kids. This girl that is now the new Sydney.
Yeah.
Like that's who the killer is after. And Gail, Dewey, and Sydney come back because they have experience with it and they're trying to help her so that it doesn't turn into a 4-film franchise. Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't do all of this for her. I don't think that they're successful at that. Do I think that Sydney somehow wipes her hands clean of it? Yes.
I hope so.
Is there still a possibility?
She's a mama!
Is there still a possibility that she will forever be in the franchise? Probably.
I mean, she could even make a cameo via phone call. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean,
Like-
there's no telling. I mean, it's hard to predict like where they're going to take it. I also think that in the movies they jump 10 years. It's not been the 8 years since the last movie came out. I want to say it's 10 years because I want to say that in the conversation between Dewey and Sydney in one of the trailers, Dewey is like, it's happening. 3 kids have been killed, I think. And she's like, I want to say she says, it's been 10 years, why now? Or something like that.
I feel like she did say that.
Like, I know it's been 8, but I feel like it says 10 years in the film.
Well, we'll have to watch
But,
it and see.
yeah. But what are you excited for?
I'm just excited because it's a horror movie that we're getting before October. Let's be honest. And
That's not Krampus.
right? No, I'm really excited because you got me to really like Scream. Because I grew up watching Scream with my aunts and everything, and I've told you about that, how like we would binge all of the Screams, we would binge like Freddy, Jason, Michael Myers, the whole 9 yards. So I've always been a fan of slasher films, and getting a chance to see a new Scream movie that's kind of being made and also passing the torch on, so there's a future of more Scream films.
Literally, yeah, flamethrower.
Exactly! Like, there's a flamethrower, like, he's not just using knives.
And I think that's the other thing that is exciting about it, is that you do see that this is like, it's a modern take on Ghostface. He's not just a knife-wielding killer.
Like, the next time we're going to see him use is going to break an iPhone in half and then take part of it and just kill somebody.
I mean, an ice pick, a meat cleaver, like...
A chainsaw!
I mean, yeah, it's hard to, like, articulate, I think, what is
Scream
so
means to you.
special about it. I mean, I don't know. I think because it came out around the same time as Final Destination.
Maybe.
And I think they used to play on TV a lot. And so, like, they were, like,
Mm-hmm. See, I had them on VHS.
They used to be, like, Final Destination and Scream, I think, used to be, like, the main movies that I had access to as a kid, like, as far as horror movie goes.
That's funny because your grandma doesn't know like horror.
Exactly. Well, that's why it's, like, if it was on TV, then, like, it was kind of okay because, like, they cut out, like, a lot of excess stuff. So it's, like, cut down. So, and they can't show as much, like, gore and everything.
And apparently this one's supposed to be really fucking
Yeah, it's, like, it's super bloody, it's super, like, everything.
It's gonna give me horror realness, and I'm excited for it because a bitch likes to see people bleed. What?
Maybe you shouldn't put that out to the public.
We're all a little mad here.
So, yeah,
That's your thoughts.
those are.
Well, there you have it, you guys.
It comes out in 2 days-ish. This is nice.
Oh, thanks. Mountain Coast Apparel.
What are you, RuPaul? That's mountaincoastapparel.com.
Anyways, thank you guys for watching if you have lasted this long. And as always, please subscribe, like, share, and leave comments down below. I want to read and see what your theories are. And of course, come back Thursday night, Friday night, probably when the video probably will actually be uploaded. But
off work on Friday.
I am off work on Friday, so I will be able to edit.
It'll go up Wednesday night or Thursday night.
Most likely. Yeah. So, anyway, please come back and watch us freak out after we see the film. So, anyway,